Hello and welcome to episode 94 of Let's Run Facebook Ads, a podcast with myself, Nick Boddington. It's a new year, it's 2023 now. What have we got to keep our eyes out on this year? Well, there's three things, and I'm going to tell you what they are, so let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you had a nice Christmas. Happy New Year to you all. First episode of the new year, mid-January. Been planning on doing one of these for the last 2 weeks, but didn't happen. Due to we came back to work and it was absolutely manic with some new clients, which is really, really good. But it just took my mind off this, which is my New Year's resolution, even though I didn't really miss many last year, is that we will keep on this every single week. There's loads of changes to the platform, really good changes. It's a really positive part of the year, starts the year, sorry. Last year, 2022, it was a hard year, really. There's a lot of changes coming into place. Facebook was starting to test out quite a few different things in the platform. Some of those things we've seen work really, really well, and we use a lot. Other things we're not too sure about. They've changed the names of some things, and you'll probably find that at the moment you're getting loads of calls from Facebook. Well, I do, because every single ad account we run, I get a separate phone call. So my phone's gone 4 times today. With Facebook. And to be quite honest, even though you do get some good Facebook representatives, you also get some really bad ones. So, and lately the ones I've been having are really bad. So I've not been answering the phone. But so there've been some really good things, some mediocre things. But I wanted to discuss today really where I want you to really think about this year. So, I know that some of you are e-com, I know that some of you are lead gen, etc. Hopefully this sort of helps with you both, but with both sides of the business. So let's talk about the number one thing, which is 7-day attribution becoming 28-day attribution. This is a massive one. This is probably the biggest one that we're going to see in the platform, which is unbelievable. So when iOS first, problem we have, I can't believe we're still talking about iOS. It's like 2 years ago. But when that first came about, it really messed us all up in the fact that our tracking wasn't working properly, all these things. And one of the first things that happened was that Facebook took us away from a 28-day attribution window and put us down into a 7. Now, I know that's 2 years ago. So there's probably a few people listening to this who hadn't even thought they were going to be running a Facebook ad in 2 years ago. They were getting on with their own lives, doing their own jobs, whatever. And for whatever reason, they've started their own business or doing a bit of a side hustle. I know that someone who joined the Ads Clinic yesterday is currently a postman, and now he's gone into sort of the candle making business, selling the candle making equipment, etc. And he's having some amazing returns. So he's joined the Ads Clinic as part of helping him push the business forward. If that's something you're interested in, then have a look go to theadsclinic.com and you can sign up for me to come on for 30 minutes and then see what we can do. And obviously you pay for my services thereafter. So basically, where was I? So yeah, so we've had these things, this 28-day window attribution. So basically what happens is, if you were in advertising beforehand, you'll know. So you have an ad out on Facebook. Someone sees that ad, that's your impression. Someone clicks that ad, that's your link click. Someone clicks through, that's your click-through rate. They go to your product and they purchase it, okay? Now, we know that not that often people are doing that straight away. Usually it takes a few days, 7 days, 15 days, 20 days, 28 days for that to happen. What was happening beforehand was, if Joe Blogs came on and did that action and he went to your website and he bought your product, or he downloaded something, or he became a lead into your sales funnel, okay? If that happened on the 27th day, the 28th day, it would show in your ads manager as, yes, you've had a lead or you've had a purchase and it came from the top of funnel ad and your audience is candle makers, for instance. And you go, awesome, that's perfect. And because of the distance between 0 and 28 days, a lot can happen in those 28 days order-wise. And you'll see in your Shopify account, for instance, that one of your products has been bought. Or let's say that Facebook says in those 28 days, you have sold 45 products, and Shopify says you've sold 45 or maybe 46. Thereabouts, it's about the same. What happened when iOS hit and we went down to a 7-day attribution is that if someone bought your product on day 9, it wouldn't show up in Facebook. So you get to the end of your month and Facebook would say that you've had, I don't know, 30 and you've had 60 on Shopify, and you can't tie up those other 30. So it all becomes really complicated. And then we went into a whole world of trying to make our reporting systems tie up, because our clients are saying, why is my Shopify site saying that I've had 150 orders a month and you're saying I've had 46? And same with lead gen, I've had this many leads and you're saying we've had that. So it was all literally, we never really got to the bottom of it. It was screwed. Now, what's happening now is we're looking to go back to 28 days. We don't know when that's going to be released. We don't know when it's going to happen, but there are a lot of things that are happening in Ads Manager, different columns we can set up, different things that are happening, which are going, okay, this is looking like it's going back. And to be fair, I spoke to the directors of my business, and we're looking at bringing back some of the old reporting techniques that we did, because not seeing a huge difference between the amount of orders that are happening on a Shopify site to the amount of orders that are happening in Facebook. It's still not there. It's still not 100%. And to be fair, we have probably spent the last 2 years looking into it more in depthly. We've probably learned a lot from having to look into it more in depthly. So going back 2 years, it probably never was 50, 100% right. Sorry, 50 orders in Shopify, 50 orders in Facebook. Probably never did tie up, but it was close enough for us to not worry about it. Okay. So that's looking to come back. So as an advertiser, it means that you're going to know what works better from your Facebook advertising. It can be recorded back into it, because the other thing is, in those 7 days, you don't know what ad's working. So if you listen to this podcast, I'm going to talk about, testing audiences and things like that, which is another subject altogether, because I know that some of my peers around the world who do Facebook advertising and are very successful at it, everyone is talking about the broad, go out broad with your audiences, massive audiences. Now, I get it. We want to do that, and in some occasions it's work, but I'm going to let you into a little secret here. Now, I don't know if the people who are running these are only running big, broad audiences and only running one ad at top of funnel and not doing a middle of funnel and bottom of funnel. But on pretty much every ad account that we work with, whether it's charity, whether it's holidays, whether it's standard e-commerce or it's lead gen for a sales funnel, we are testing broad. We are testing audience segments. We are testing different types of creative, all these things. And I can tell you now that there is no definitive yes or no to whether audiences work better than broad or broad works better than audiences. Absolutely not. It is different in all of our accounts. There is no set, yes, this is how you need to do it. And I can say that from a point of view that we look after lots of different ad accounts. The other thing is that people are saying now you don't need to retarget. You should just have one ad which goes out and collects everyone, and Facebook can figure out who it is. Well, I can tell you now that we took another client who's come onto the Ads Clinic, or actually become an agency client from these podcasts, and we started running lots of, doing top of funnel ads. They've been only running top of funnel ads. They've been sometimes making profit, sometimes not, sometimes getting the ROI they wanted to. We then set up middle of funnel, bottom of funnel strategy, and it's absolutely killing it. So there's a year of just top of funnel opposed to 2 weeks of middle of funnel as well. And we've already more than doubled the return on investment across the business, not just Facebook ads. More's gone into email conversions. We've had more organic flow. So organic conversions coming off it. It has helped the whole business. So I'm holding my hands up now that anyone who says that's the wrong way to do things, come and look at inside my business, come and look at the ad accounts, come and see where we're doing all the split testing, and they can then make a decision on whether they think what they're saying is right or wrong. So 7-day attribution, that's the one thing that we are seeing coming. Sorry, 28-day attribution is what we are seeing coming back. Amazing, massive cheers, open the champagne. Second thing, Lead forms. I am going to go on about lead forms a lot this year because they are amazing. I've never said that before because they never were. We'd always say send traffic to a landing page. We're always saying do these things, get them out of Facebook, take them to a landing page, close it there. The person's going to be more responsive. They're going to get a better lead. Blah blah blah. We have seen a huge decline on taking people out of the platform and taking them to landing pages, and we have seen a huge decline. A huge increase on the cost of lead forms. So getting it. So what I mean by lead form is so we're sending someone to a landing page that you've built, and in that landing page, you've got a form saying, hey, if you want this free download or whatever it might be, enter your name and email address, telephone number. Now in Facebook, a lead form is the same. They see your ad, but you can use the lead generation objective, and you can create a lead form. So they don't have to. So when they click, okay, yeah, I want to download that, it opens up in their Facebook on their mobile. Okay. And it says, hey, if you want to download here, enter your details. Now, some of that's pre-filled, but the Facebook has spent a lot of time making this better, because beforehand, what would happen is some of the information was wrong. It wasn't great. Our clients would always be complaining, oh, we have these leads come through and they don't answer the phone, the telephone number's wrong, blah, blah, blah. I don't think we've had a complaint. The leads are coming through at great cost. We're getting some leads are coming through at like 50p up to £3.50. Some are a little bit higher. Amazing. Okay. So that's something else I want you to. You can also, on those leads, you can send people away. So let's say you're selling a course. I'm saying course, first thing to my head, I hate all that sort of stuff. But let's say you're selling a course, it's £2.5 grand. And what one of your first questions might be, if you were to invest in yourself on an online course, what do you think is a reasonable price to pay? 0 to 500, 5 to 1,000, 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 5,000. If they answer A and B, which is less than your course, you can then automatically have a page come up on their form saying, thank you, but on this occasion you didn't meet our requested criteria. Goodbye. And the ones who did C and D, which is go through to answering a few more questions, you get them a lead because you know that they have the budget in place. So Facebook's doing some really cool stuff, really pushing out, keeping everything in the platform, whether it's lead gen, whether they're trying to push forward the e-commerce with the shops, a bit like TikTok, where you're buying the product within Facebook. That's being pushed a lot. Still, they're still doing a lot of testing. I have tested it on a few accounts where I've said, it's a shopping advert for a product, and I've said, you have an option at the bottom saying, do you want to send this to your website, or do you want to send it to the website and the shopping app? I've split tested both, still getting better results with the website. So I think we're still in an age. I know that there is a younger generation that will go onto an Instagram page and then click on the shop, and that's how they'll do it. But there's still a lot of people who are liking to buy from just normal websites on the mobile, even going onto their desktop or getting their laptop open and finishing off their purchases and things like that. But that's, it's an area that you really, really want to look into. And if you're not lead gen and you're thinking, okay, well, I'm an e-commerce company, we're selling products, what's lead gen do for me? Our other strategy with all of our e-com sites is that birthday club campaign. Now, if you haven't heard any of the episodes on this, it's basically where we're not saying, hey, buy a product, buy a product, buy a product. We're saying, hey, you're probably likely to want our products at some point, and the product's 70 quid. But tell you what, you give me your email address, join our birthday club, and we'll give you £20 off on your birthday. They go, sweet, love it. I'll have £20 off my birthday. I'm not sure whether I wanted that product now or not, but either way, I can wait. You can target people on Facebook audiences, in their interests, where birthday coming up, which is basically birthday in January, birthday in February, birthday in March, and you can do the whole year. So what we like to do is just do the next 2 months. That person comes in and we're closing that person pretty quickly because they get a discount or £20 off or whatever it might be. You have to sort that out in your own business. But you send them into a small email campaign. But on the thank you email, you say, hey, thanks for signing up to the birthday club. Or listen, guys, whatever you want to call it, you need, be creative, think about your own thing. If you want to sign up for your birthday club, to the birthday club, Oh, sorry. Thank you for signing up to the birthday club. You will receive your £20 off voucher 7 days before your birthday, and you have 30 days to purchase. But in the meantime, here's 15% off. Click on the website, click on the link below. I think there's loads of products you might be interested in getting your hands on that are selling out fast. And then you can send them to the bestsellers page of your website. We are seeing a huge return on investment from it is costing our birthday club. We've got across 6 accounts at the moment, and we are not paying more than £1. I think like it's what the cheapest one's like 35p. I think we're up to like 86p to get an email address, which is opted into our funnel. They get their thank you. Some click through to the 15% off or what it might be. Other people are buying on their birthdays. They've got 30 days to buy, and you can send them a few more emails during their birthday month. And then we send them down a trail of different campaigns for different products, etc., and just email them. Sometimes we are emailing every 2 days for the first 14 days. Sometimes it's a few. It depends, because we usually obviously charge our clients for that cost. So it depends on how much they're willing to pay for these emails. It's amazing, guys. It's really, really good. Get people to enter into competitions, all sorts, whatever it might be. It's getting to opt into an email list, whether it's ecom, no matter what your business is, get an email list created and very, very cheaply email them afterwards. Another example, one of our clients who's come from this podcast has basically the one we're talking about where we're retargeting on middle of funnel and having amazing results for them. They've got something set up called Triple Well. And what Triple Well does is we put a UTM code on any ad that goes out, whether it's a PPC, Google pay-per-click, whether it's Facebook ad, whatever it might be. So it goes into Triple Well, and Triple Well will be able to pull out what ad created that order. Now, because they got emails on there, we are about to set up their birthday card campaign. It hasn't been done yet. But just from the emails they're collecting on the website, they're selling products off it at no cost. I mean, it's like 0.01p to send that email out. They've got thousands of emails, so obviously there's a very small cost, but nowhere near we're paying £30 per acquisition on Facebook or 0.001 penny for the send. Someone clicks on the email, buys the same product. The ROI is huge. So we've shown this to the client, even though they sort of knew about it. We've explained what we can do, and now they're like, guys, you need to build an email funnel. You need to building these campaigns, because we can't believe the return on investment that comes from the email. So put a lot of emphasis on collecting email addresses. Okay, that's the second thing I want you to look at. Third thing, which is a bit of negativity but moves into a bit of positivity when it comes down to advertising, is this year is going to get cheaper to advertise. Why? Because the world's a bit messed up and we're in a bit of a recession. Are we in one? Don't know. Living costs, all these things are going against the world of advertising and marketing. So that's because a lot of companies pull back on their marketing because they see the marketing cost as it's not sales, even though it feeds into sales. I don't really know the answers. I've never been agreeing with it. Now's the time. If you've got some money and you've got some balls and you really want to push your business forward, now is the time when the next generation of successful businesses are going to start coming through. The ads platform isn't as crowded. November, December, the Christmas period is gone. All those big advertisers who literally flood the marketplace in the last quarter of a year, Christmas is coming and Black Friday and Cyber Monday, all this sort of stuff, they're gone. Most of them are gone. Now it's the smaller players who've got the playing field, and it's time to start scoring some goals. Now is when you need to invest in your advertising and marketing. It's cheaper. The CPMs are coming down. The cost per clicks are coming down. Get some really good creative, really good copy. Really think about what your ads are going to be. We've talked about this so much in this podcast. Think about what your ads are going to be, how they're going to engage. Remember, these platforms want someone to stay on there as long as possible. If you can use video that engages with them, if you can use video that makes someone watch your video for 40 seconds, Facebook loves you. Instagram loves you. They'll start showing that person other videos because they've started getting more knowledge on what they're interested in. You get loved by the platforms for doing that. So really think about it. Don't just get something and just whack it out there and see what happens. think about it, put some time and effort into it, and get some ad spend out there onto platform, because this year, next year, however long this takes, is a lucrative time for people who want to advertise and market, because there aren't many people doing it. That is my tips for 2022. I hope that helps. Again, if you're interested in me having a look at your ads and what's going on, come on to the Ads Clinic, 30-minute call with me. Go to theadsclinic.com, and then, hey, if I can help you and you've got some money and you want my help, you can pay me to come and help you run your ads. There you go. I'll see you on the next one, which will drop in a week's time. Take care. Bye-bye.